Good morning. Today I have another what I eat in a day video for you. I'm going to of course show you what I eat in a day. I'm also going to show you the supplements I take, how I exercise, and some other things I do to hopefully stay healthy and feel good. It is 6:45 in the morning. I just got up, so I might look a bit unkempt and puffy. My voice is still a bit rough. I haven't spoken much. But the first thing I do when I get up in the morning, I go to the bathroom, of course. I brush my teeth. Then I take Sam downstairs to go pee-pee. After that, I come here in the kitchen and drink a bunch of water. So every night I fill up this water bottle. This is 1 liter. And then I drink it while I take my supplements. I usually have to refill it while I take my supplements because I take quite a few things which have to be dissolved in water. Let me show you. So the first thing I take every morning is my NMN. I put just a bit of water in a glass, and then this is powder form. NMN comes in powder or capsules, but I like the powder. It's more economical, and I also can adjust my dosage better. So currently I am taking 2 grams of NMN, and that is quite a high dose. But if you've been here for a little while, you know that I have been dealing with mold illness. We had to move out of our old apartment because it was very moldy. So since mold depletes NAD, I have been taking 2 grams of NMN. I also give some NMN to Sam. So this morning I just had some sweet potato left over that I cooked for her yesterday, and she really doesn't like the taste, so I have to cover this up with more sweet potato. And then both her and I also take SIRT6 activator. So I just open up a capsule of that and pour it on top, and that one she doesn't really mind the taste. She always makes such a mess eating this because she throws it out of a bowl and then does this trying to avoid the taste of the NMN, but eventually she eats it all. And then I currently also take a couple of supplements to help me detox from the mold. So this is just to help my liver detox. This is not something I take forever, just while I'm still detoxing. I take this one, and I also take the Loving Energy. This is to support adrenals. Again, this is not something I take forever, just right now, probably for another month or so. Next, I will take some methylene blue. I made several videos on methylene blue. I will link those down below if you missed them. But many of you ask me how much should I take, and I really can't tell you how much you should take. I started very slowly. I started literally with 1 drop per glass. So right now, I don't take this daily. I sort of cycle with this. So I might take it a week and then don't take it for another week. But when I take it, personally, right now, I take 2 droppers full, which is about 30 drops of 15 grams. But please, if you are thinking of taking methylene blue, do your own research, talk to your doctor about it. Don't just do what I do. So I just dissolve this, and you can see it dissolves quite easily, and I drink it really fast. It does, however, not taste that great. So as a treat afterwards, I take my magnesium L-threonate by Symbiotica. This is a liposomal magnesium, and it tastes delicious. And then next, you can see I'm already running out of water, so I'm going to refill this. And we have a big Berkey which filters the water, so I always drink filtered water. The tap water here is really nasty. And then I take one of these. This is also by Symbiotica, and this is the molecular hydrogen. And this is just supposed to help with oxidative stress. And I dissolve it in here. And this takes just a little while to dissolve, but then I drink this while I take the rest of my supplements. So next I take some SIRT6 activator. I take my high molecular weight hyaluronic acid, my TMG of course. And by the way, I made videos on all of these supplements. If you're curious, I will link them down below. But I take just as much TMG as I take NMN. So one of these capsules is 500 milligrams. And since I take 2 grams of NMN, I take 2 grams of TMG. I take some vitamin D3 and K2, N-acetylcysteine or NAC, and then I take a couple of supplements which have to be taken with food. So I put them in my little bowl right here, so don't forget to take them after breakfast. One of them is my multivitamin. This is by Seeking Health, and it is methyl-free, meaning it doesn't have methylcobalamin or methylfolate, and it also doesn't contain iron. Another supplement which has to be taken with food and I take daily is quercetin. And then the only other thing I take right now with food is the Sulfura Boost. Now this is a supplement I only take when I don't sprout my own sprouts. And lately I've just been too busy to sprout my own sprouts. So when I don't have time to sprout, I take 2 of these. And I totally forgot, I also take some iodine. This is not something I take daily either. I take it about 5 days out of the week. But I take an empty vegetable capsule and put some of the iodine in here. And then lastly, I make myself a little protein pudding. Since I don't eat breakfast right away, I'm going to work out right now and then take Sam to the park. I don't like exercising on a full stomach, but I also don't like exercising without food. So I have been making myself a little protein pudding using this right here. This is just some vegan collagen building protein peptides. And this gives me 14 grams of protein along with some other nutrients. And then I add my BioSil to this. This is something I have been using for quite a long time. I just add about 5 drops. And I take a bit of almond milk and turn this into a not too delicious looking, but actually quite good tasting, like I said, sort of protein pudding. And this keeps my blood sugar nice and stable throughout my workout and throughout walking Sam until I eat some breakfast. And then lastly, I take 1 or 2 squirts of this. This is a sublingual vitamin B12, and this is methylcobalamin. I'm quite sensitive to methylcobalamin, so I don't take this daily. I take this about 2 or 3 times out of the week. And on the days I don't take this one, I take this. This is also sublingual, and it is hydroxycobalamin. All right, time to work out. As you can see, today I'm warming up with some jump roping, and then I'm doing a full body workout using some weights as well as some kettlebells. I really like to do multi-jointed exercises rather than isolation exercises. I just find them more efficient. I also like to do some unilateral exercises, such as this one, to work out any sort of imbalances I have in my body, and also to focus on balance, which is unfortunately one of the first things we lose as we age. Personally, I work out daily, anywhere between 25 and 40 minutes, and I mix it up depending on how my body feels. So sometimes that might be going for a run, sometimes something like today, or a HIIT workout, other days just some yoga. All right, done. It was a hard one. You can see I am drenched, but it was a good workout. And if you ever want to learn more about the way I work out, I actually made a couple of videos on that. And I also have a couple of workout as well as yoga videos on my channel, which you can follow along. But anyway, time to take Sam for a walk, and after that I will have some breakfast. This is where Sammy and I come every morning after my workout and before breakfast. All right, breakfast time. I am really hungry, and I got these beautiful blueberries and raspberries at the market yesterday. And by the way, look at this bowl. How cute is that? How can you not be happy eating out of this every morning? So I got my berries, and I have some coconut yogurt right here. I love having yogurt in the morning. Not only does it taste delicious, but it gives me some healthy probiotics as well as some healthy fats. So this is half of the container of coconut yogurt. And then I'm going to add some chia seeds, mostly to add some omega-3s. Omega-3s, of course, we know are one of the essential fatty acids. and they are anti-inflammatory. Most of us eat way too many omega-6s and not enough omega-3s, and omega-6s tend to be pro-inflammatory. So adding some chia seeds, some flax seeds is really a great idea to up your omega-3s. And chia seeds also have a tiny bit of protein. Then I'm going to add some pumpkin seeds. And pumpkin seeds are not just delicious, but they are really rich in minerals, especially zinc. And then lastly, I'm adding some hemp seed. Hemp seed also have some omega-3, but they also have omega-6. So really, if you just want a good source of omega-3s, chia seeds are a better source. But I do like the taste of hemp seeds. They also add a bit of extra protein. I'm going to give all of this a good mix. And then lastly, I am going to add some homemade granola. I make this about once a week, and I use sprouted oats, and I add quite a bit of almond butter actually instead of oil, so that it has more protein and also a bit more flavor. I add a bit of maple syrup, and then I have pumpkin seeds in here, pecan nuts, and coconut flakes. I really, really enjoy the taste of this. So if you make homemade granola and you usually use oil, I would suggest add some nut butter. It doesn't have to be almond butter, it can be peanut butter, pecan butter, whatever you like. But it does add just a bit more protein and it tastes really good. And then of course I'm going to have some Dandy Blend. After breakfast, I also take my liposomal vitamin C and glutathione. I make this myself, and I actually made a couple of videos on it. If you're curious, I will link them down below. But this does not taste especially good, so I always put it in just a tiny bit of orange juice, just to get it down easier. I do take 2 tablespoons of this, and you can see as it comes out, it's a little bit nasty. So it is encapsulated, the vitamin C and the glutathione is encapsulated in some lecithin, which makes it liposomal. And it's just much better absorption that way. However, as you can see, it just looks a bit gross, though it doesn't mix with the orange juice because it is liposomal, so the fat doesn't mix with the orange juice. It just helps getting it down. So I just finished filming another video for you, and I'm sitting here in my little filming studio, melting. It is so hot. It is 85 degrees outside, and it feels like it's 100 in here, because of course these buildings are quite old. There is hardly any insulation and no air conditioning. But regardless, I am getting hungry for lunch. And normally for lunch, I would make myself a nice big salad. I would say 95% of the time, I make myself a nice big salad for lunch. But today I have to go run some errands. I have to go to the American Embassy to get our mail. And the embassy is in the 8th arrondissement. There is a really cute vegan cafe in the 8th. So I think I'm going to take myself for lunch. And of course I'll bring you along. But before I go there, I want to stop by a lab to get my blood taken. Because just yesterday I got a new supplement from DoNotAge. And I really wish I would have brought it in here to show you, but I forgot. But it is creatine monohydrate. Many years ago, when I used to compete in triathlons, I took some creatine to help with performance. But I haven't taken any since then. However, I just recently learned about the benefits and importance of taking creatine, especially as we are getting older. I will make a whole separate video on it. But before I start supplementing, I want to test my blood levels of creatine. Then I will start supplementing and test again in about a month or so. Now, I won't take you to the lab. I don't even like watching when they take my blood. But I wanted to say really briefly, I get quite a few comments and emails from women telling me that their doctor, for whatever reason, doesn't want to prescribe certain blood tests. Whether that is estrogen, progesterone, thyroid. Now here in France, and I was also able to do so in Italy, I can just walk into a lab, and say, can I please have these blood tests done? I always write them down because my French isn't very good. So I give them my list and I say, can I please have these tests done? Of course, I have to pay out of pocket, but I don't need a script. And here in France and in Italy, it was the same. It is quite inexpensive. So today I will test my creatine and also my ferritin, which has been a bit high lately. And both of those tests together will be less than 20 euros. So I would say if your doctor, for whatever reason, doesn't want to prescribe some blood tests, see if you can do the same. See if you can go to your local lab and say, can I please have these tests done if I pay out of pocket? Now, of course, I don't know how much it's going to cost where you are, but hopefully it is just as inexpensive as here, and you won't need a script. You are not dependent on your doctor. So anyways, I am going to get going, and of course I'll bring you along. That was delicious, especially the bounty balls. They were so good. Now I'm off to the embassy to get our mail. I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Hi. 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 What did I get? Huh? Did I get some fun stuff? I sure did. I got so much fun stuff in the mail. First of all, I got more of this. My collagen building protein peptides. I ordered some more things on LuxLip. And this is for microneedling, for medical microneedling. And Annie said this was her favorite. So I can't wait to try this and let you know how I feel about it. I'm not quite sure what it is, so let me read up on it and then I'll share it with you. And then I also got this exosome cream on LuxLip, and I am super excited to try this one. I have read amazing reviews about this one, and I'm not sure what's in here. Let's see. Oh, how fun. Bunch of samples. I'm going to have to look at what this is and I'll share it with you. And he also included this mask right here. And then I also got this on LuxLip. This, even though it's called Placentix, this is human growth factors. So I'm really excited to try this. Apparently this sells out all the time. I got a couple of t-shirts on Amazon. I got more of my Hyal volume conditioner, which I love, as well as the hydrate mask, which I also love. And I sort of rotate back and forth between these two. And then I got this contraption right here. I saw another YouTuber talk about this and I was intrigued. It was only about $15, but it is supposed to tighten the jaw and help with jowls. I'm going to give it a try and let you know what I think. I also ordered some more products on Revive. I have been loving their eyelash serum. It is amazing. So I got their hair stimulating serum and the rejuvenating scalp serum mask. Really excited about this and I will keep you posted. I also ordered their growth factor serum to see if it would replace my Neogenesis but for some reason, even though I ordered it before these two, it hasn't arrived. I got some more BioCell, which you saw me use this morning. And then lastly, I got another tinted sunscreen. About every other day, or at least the days I don't have a big salad, I like to make myself a green juice. So today I'm going to be juicing some broccoli, cucumber, celery, and lemon. I also, if I remember, try to eat a couple of Brazil nuts every day, because Brazil nuts are very high in selenium. And selenium, along with iodine, is quite important for the thyroid. So depending on where they come from, one of these has about 80 or 90 micrograms of selenium. And like I said, if I remember, I eat about 2 or 3 of these a day, depending on how big they are. I am sitting in my sauna, sweating some more. It is, I believe, 6:30. I just got done working, and after work, I love to sit in my sauna, even on a hot day like today, just because I find it so beneficial and relaxing. I have so much sweat running into my eyes. I actually made a video on the benefits of heat therapy not too long ago. If you missed that video, I will link it down below. But basically, regular sauna bathing can reduce the risk of developing heart disease by up to 50%, and the risk of developing Alzheimer's and dementia by, I believe, 66%, which is incredible. It's also really good to help boost immunity. It can help with depression, it can help with sleep. So I love my sauna, and like I said, I sit in here as often as I can. This is a portable infrared sauna, and I'll show you. I have it on 70 degrees Celsius, and when it's this hot, I stay in here for about 25 minutes. In winter, I can stay in here for about 40 minutes. So I'm going to sweat a bit more, then I'm going to take a cold shower and show you what I'm having for dinner. So for dinner tonight, since it is so hot, I just want something really light. My husband is actually out of town, so it's just me. So I'm going to make some spring rolls. I have some tofu right here, which I marinated in just a bit of chili paste. I have an avocado, some cucumber, a bell pepper, and some rice paper. So I'm going to throw the tofu in the oven to make it nice and crispy, and chop up all these vegetables, and then roll everything up in some rice paper. Alright, we have our crispy tofu. I have some water right here on this plate, and I'm going to just soften up the rice paper. Voila. The trick here is to get a paper started while you're rolling a roll. Voila. And then for a dipping sauce, I'm going to use some peanut butter. And I also have some leftover sauce right here. I made a bold one yesterday. So this is soy sauce, rice vinegar, a little bit of maple syrup, some sweet chili sauce, garlic, and ginger. And there really are no exact measurements. I just sort of eyeball it. Here we go. And then I'm just cutting up a bit of watermelon. And that's it. A nice and light but delicious and nutritious dinner.